this is Chef Phant Lagoon. I'm a chef instructor, cookbook author, and a former restaurant owner. So now we go to continue our sessions with the oyster mushroom today. The topic is oyster mushroom. This is classical Thai cooking. So now we're going to go into what we see. So the big session of today's topic is how to use the oyster mushroom in Thai cooking. Especially, there are many things that you can do, okay, in Thai cooking. So this is the eatable. You have a eatable, the oyster mushroom here. So many variety of it now. Everybody can know how to propagate them, how to raise the oyster. So like in Thai, they have a different name. So pure oyster is they call het nang lom. It's a little bit different. When you talk about the blue oyster, they call het nang fa. It's totally different. So, but it's the same species, but the look is different. And then you have the Indian oyster mushroom, which is in Thai they call het nang fa India. They all have a different name, but I think it's all oyster mushroom. You got Bhutanese, you got Hungarian, and golden oyster, all the pink oyster, or Finnish or Italian oyster that you could find a lot in the US, and then the king oyster. They look totally different, but they're still in the family of oysters, mushroom. Okay, you can do it in stir fry, Thai spice dip, barbecue, soup, salad, or curry. So, but you have to know how to do them properly, otherwise you get no taste because it's a lot of concentration of water. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit deeper of how to deal with oyster mushroom when in Thai cooking. Okay, but the first thing we want to know is they all say that it's low shelf life, but the giant benefit. Because let's talk about the benefit first. The benefit is it's an antioxidants, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammation. Is help cleaning up your intestine because it's the carb that still, function and doing something after you really try to digest it, and it's part of the taking waste out of your system. It's low sodium, it's cholesterol free, it helps low blood pressure and lower blood sugar, that other thing, and then help boosting your brain activity. So it's have a lot of benefit, but the shelf life is really short. Is 5 days, 7 days the most. Then everything start falling apart. So try to get them fresh when you try to cook them. Okay, as fresh as possible. So let's look into why it's so good, because the vitamin and mineral. There's so many things in there. In vitamin side, you got you got all these. See, this is a vitamin D, B9, A5, B5, B1, B6, B3. They all kind of things. This is the intensity about how much is contained in one mushroom. That's 100 grams. That the size of serving. This is the measurement that they do. And then this is a mineral. So you have selenium, manganese, copper, zinc, iron, calcium, sodium, magnesium, choline, phosphorus, and potassium. This is all kind of mineral is in this the oyster mushroom, and it really benefit for your health. So that's why It's shorter life, but a lot of benefit. This is the structure of vitamin and mineral in oyster mushroom. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. So to add the oyster mushroom anatomy. So we got to know them a little bit. So on the top part is called cap here, and then it's you know, the spore print. It's hard to see, but it's like the white frosted grays under the dark black clouds, so all along this, and you can see a little bit. Sometimes you see, sometimes they don't. They check it out, they fall off. So the grill here, they got to know, and then the stalks, and then you got they call mycelium, which is actually the root. They attach to the root, attached to the part they created. Okay, it's soft, chewy texture. That what you call the have the bitters, you know, bittersweet licorice, like, you know. It just have some, like a little bit of alcohol in it. You really taste it. Aroma, you know, similar to anise. Okay, and then the seafood, like with, you know, deep balsamic undertone flavor, those kind of thing. If you can detect it, you don't. That's why I just eat. Okay, Thai cooking is simple. You find it, you eat it. Okay? If you want to go further than that, you have to have a, you know, good nose and good sensitive palate. But at this point, you don't need these. All you know. That's what they're talking about, the mushroom. Okay. Then the salt of the mushroom. Now, if a wild mushroom, you have to be careful. The wild mushroom, you pick something that they look like it might be poison. Just watch out for that. Get the expert to go with you. Get somebody that really know what is wild oyster mushroom look like, what's supposed to do. And then this now it's commercial. It's everywhere in the world. It's commercial. In Thailand now, it's a lot of people doing it because they make a lot of good money. And if you're homegrown, so you can do a lot of things there. You can make it in a bucket. So you follow a lot of people in, you know, website, you know, they know how to do them pretty well. So one of the sites that I found is really good, I think. It's really good. It can freshclap.com. That one good. It make it simple and well explained. It. I like that one better than the other people that try to explain it. But I grabbed this one much better than how to grow them. But personally, I don't grow them, but I use the commercial and I buy them. Okay, and people give it to me, or from local people that they make it, and sometimes I buy them if they have a fresh one, if they come by. So I do that. So that's the sort that I get my oyster mushroom. Okay, and this is the one that similar but poisonous. They look alike. They look alike. Usually they, you know, have a really bright color. These are the three things that they found in Northern California, and I mean in around the world. Jack O' Lantern, that is good. The leaf is pretty much, you know, it's thin. Okay, bright yellow, shiny, but it's almost similar to the other one, the you know, the yellow oyster mushroom, but the shape is different, the leaf is different. That you have to be careful, watch it out. So if you're not sure, don't do it. If you get explode with that, you will experience, you know, vomiting, cramps, diarrhea, those kind of thing. And another one they call ivory funnel. You know, it like a growing chang in Thai, but it pretty much skinny, tall. I mean, the shape is pretty much thin too, and have you know, the diameter, or it's about 2-4 centimeters. They don't go further than that, but they don't curve that much like an oyster sauce, oyster mushroom. So if you have that, you're not sure, don't do it. That what it don't try to eat it or cook it, okay? If you experience with that poison, you will experience sweating. You know, when you eat it, you got a lot, suddenly you got a lot sweating, abdomen pain, nausea, got some diarrhea, or cutting that, the poison. Just make sure you understand and know, recognize it. And another one they call goat fungus. Goat fungus, it means at night if you shine, the color like a yellow color, I mean green color coming out, that's why they call it goat fungus. And they look really similar to the oyster mushroom that not non-poison, but at night you will see they grow. That means that the goat fungus, which is that's another poison. You will experience severe cramp and vomiting if you consume that. Just be careful with that with the oyster mushroom. This is look-alike, but they are different. Okay, they're poisonous. Okay, jack o' lantern, ivory, funnel, and goat fungus. Watch out for that. Okay, and everything else, you should enjoy eating oysters. Mushroom is one among the best mushroom that I use. Okay, and some acknowledge about the mushroom here. You know, if you have a mushroom you buy and the old start getting mold, if you eat it, you could get some. If some people get hives and itching, that means you have allergy with it. Okay, some swallow in your lip, your face, your tongue, your mouth. That's it. Some you eat the mold, you know, that come within the oyster mushroom because of the when you get it older, you know, they start to have those kind of fungus. Usually when it started smelling and soften the color change, you have to throw it away. Don't eat it. Okay, and the health benefits. If everybody about talk about gout because of the purine. The purine in the vegetable, especially the mushroom, oyster mushroom, doesn't aggravate the gout, but the purine from the meat, chicken, or all those things, that it will activate the gout. But from the mushroom, no. Okay, and if you got the poison exposure, again, that diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, blurred vision, abdomen cramp, and labor breathing. Sometimes you go, suddenly, oh, shit, my honey become a dog. Like that, you eat too, you get poison exposure, That means you have to breathe harder, those kind of things. But that's how the mushroom does to you. Okay, just acknowledge it, understand it. When you eat the mushroom, if you get some high, something like that, means you have allergy or you have mold allergy. Go see the doctor. So that they will give you some pill to do that. Okay, just watch out for those because sometimes it's something old, throw. Anything you're not comfortable with, any your ingredient, throw. Or ask the expert, but usually if a fresh ingredient, we throw them. So we don't want any chance to get sick. Okay? Now, when you prepare them, you have to check them thoroughly. Especially, you have to, first thing you're going to do, you check quality first. You got to smell it. Aroma, it should be pleasant. It has some kind of ammonia or some kind of weird smell, strong, acidic. It's no. Because it already get the rotten process. And check for the mold. The mold is like the black spot, all these kind of things. They start changing the color. You have green mold, orange, green mold, black mold, all kind of thing. It's any they have to stick into the mushroom. You look at it, just throw out. Just don't try to clean and try to cook and just clean. The color discolorations, damn, when you touch it, it's too dry, like almost slimy, like that. Or sometimes it's hard, really brittle and dry. Just throw, unless you use, the dry mushroom. But this is oyster mushroom. Nobody do dry them. They do shiitake mushroom. When they do dry, this is oyster, totally different. Okay, and then you have, you have to clean it before. You have to clean before you prep. You know, when you clean them in one of the videos, we show you how to clean them. Use the brush to bat on the top and then the stem and top and the grill, and then cut the stem out, the thicker one, because you can't eat too top, you can chew. Okay, you clean it, and then if you have a lot of it, so you can rinse it in the water, shake really well, and let it dry, and then you can hand dry one by one with the towel. That take a lot of time. And when you store them, you have to store them loosely with the closest plastic bag. Okay, you have to close it and then have stored them loosely. Some a little bit air in there, good. Don't squeeze them. If you squeeze them, they will stuck together and become too much moisture. It will get more faster. Okay, because the lifespan is about 5 to 7 days. 5 to 7 days. That's all it does. If further than that, you get ready to throw. Okay, don't cook the one that just about to go. This is mushroom, totally different. Okay, in Thai cooking, you can do all kinds of this mushroom. You can tom kha. You can make tom kha. You the coconut soup. You can use, some people they do vegetarian, all those things. They should use all of these oyster mushroom because give you a real flavor of mushroom. But you have to put in to know when to cook them. If you cook too long, they will start to dry out. Then you lose the flavor. If you don't cook enough, then you don't have the flavor because the mushroom doesn't have the sucking in the chain the flavor inside the mushroom. Okay, if you do the grill, that is the best thing to do it, but you have to grill them with some fat. If you just throw it like that on your grill, the big barbecue, that's not good either. And not good either because if you're going to dry real quick. So the best to do is to do the pan fire. One of the video to show you how to do that, okay? Because this have a series of video of how to handle all the oyster mushroom, okay? And many ways to cook. So we're going to show you how to cook them. Several dishes. It's about 6 dishes, and I made the video and show you technique and sequential and how to handle them, okay? This is where is it oyster mushroom. This is a cooking video in classical Thai cooking on YouTube. Classical Thai cooking channel by Chef Phant. So classical Thai cooking by Chef Phant. You go in there, you will see all the video that I posted. Because this channel is an education video. Okay, you don't see, I give you a real hand-on. This is how I do my class. This is what I do, because I want people to really learn properly how to cook Thai food. It's not just say this, say that, and what did that mean? You have to be able to explain it, okay? And you have to be able to tell when it's done, what to do, how you do them effectively. You're not going to throw the food away if something, went over the board on your fish sauce. What would you do? That kind of thing. This kind of video, it's not too many doing it, but this is, I do this because I teach people how to do Thai food. So I teach about almost 20 years already. I do private class, public class, and corporate meeting, to do the workshop. So to get people together, but then you learn a new thing and put things together for them and then let them do it, and then you do editing. My format is very simple. You learn how to prep a little bit, you know how to balance the taste, you know the sequential. You see it because I do the demo, you eat it, okay? You see it, you eat it, you smell it, you taste it, you taste all these things. And then you could give feedback to me that what are you tasting? Because some people sensitive to salt. Some people sensitive to sour. Look at it, deep or different. In my case, I just always like try this, try that, and then how to balance the taste. If it's too salty, what to do when you make the soup? So you're going to add more coconut, or you're going to add more sugar, something like that, and open up your palate to learn how to taste Thai food. Community from me, Chef Phant. So I do restaurant consulting for menu and health, health department, requirement. So I know how to do them, and a lot of menu that I created. So what I do, I create the menu, I make the menu, and then I did, staff training, then people have to cook that based on that menu and set it up, the ingredient, how much you use, how long it takes, how fast can you get it out, that kind of thing. So that's the like restaurant consulting size. I still have the cookbook. The cookbook is a reference book for student. The cookbook is not that not the same as everybody else's cookbook. This is a reference cookbook for students to learn how to cook. Is hand-on. So you got do and don't specific dish for this. You have one page, one menu that make no mistaken. You have the ingredient choice. If you don't like it, this is what you can do with it in the dish. And then you have the instruction, which is to build the flavor and texture within the dish. Okay, and then you have the control point is expectation of the dish. If you cook this dish, you should know what it should taste like, because the sequential of the taste simultaneously affect that what make Thai food stand out. So this cookbook is very helpful for all my students. They love it. Okay, and then I do a lot of did cooking card, food and wine pairing, private group, public group, formal education class. That's what I do them. So I give presentation, I do all that kind of thing. I talk about a lot of food. This specifically Thai food, classical Thai cooking. That's what I know a lot more about. Okay, and it's all hand-on. Okay, and then now I start doing online cooking class via Zoom. So we're gonna give you an ingredient. No, you buy the ingredient. We give you the ingredient list, and then explain it to you how to do that. So we're going to do that when we do the session. We use Zoom, so I can see you. You see my cooking. I can see your cooking, so I can tell what it is, what color, what kind of thing you do, and then you're going to take the test. You're going to tell me, and then I'm going to explain to you how to correct it if you went wrong. So those kind of thing that is start coming now. And then I do a lot of, Thai feast. You want to sit down dinner, you want a buffet, you want a party, small group, big group, choose me a line. Okay. And on the Facebook side, I have the Facebook side that you can contact me easily. Just choose me shoot me the message. So Facebook is Chef Phant, and then on YouTube with all the videos there. So whatever the cooking video they put in there, I post information is on YouTube. Okay, classical Thai cooking channel, classical Thai cooking by Chef Phant. So that the YouTube, all the video is there, and then in my website thaiessence.com you will see all information that what I have been done, and all the printing in material that need to be in Word, in all this kind of the ingredient and recipe. And then I have a travel section that you will know where I've been, what I do, what do I do with cooking skill, and how to get away. It's fun. So you can read to it, but the next one going to be all on video. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching and hope you learned something. And then I hope that you go to the video and watch it, because this is on this series you have about 6 video. Okay. And we should have a stir fry, you know, you have stir fry, you have tom yum, you have you have Laab, you have grilled mushroom, you have curry. It's all using oyster mushroom with other ingredients, but the main ingredient is oyster mushroom. How you do them? Okay. Thank you for watching. Until next video. Love you. Love you. Bye.